Welcome back everyone. It's been another amazing year for Skyrim modding, and I thought it would be a fun idea to showcase my top 10 favorite mods from 2022. This is just my top 10, so if you have a favorite mod from this year, please let me know down in the comments. Let's get into it. Starting at number 10 is a mod called Better Third Person Selection. Skyrim received a bunch of amazing mods that have made third person significantly better, but selecting or interacting with objects has always been a pain. This mod seeks to rectify that and does a stellar job adding an intuitive 3D selection display akin to modern games. It's really just a quality of life improvement, but it's one that was sorely needed and has made third person even more viable, especially with the influx of some new combat mods now available. So if you enjoy playing in third person, I highly recommend giving this mod a go. On to number 9, and this may be a bit of recency bias, but Parallax Occlusion mapping has been a game changer. This mod adds a new feature called Complex Parallax to EMBs, resulting in incredible textures that have real depth and are comparable to next-gen games. It's crazy to think Skyrim is 11 years old with graphics that can look this good. If you want a more in-depth look at these mods, I have a separate video detailing Complex Parallax that I will link in the description as well. Moving on, in 2022, there has been a huge number of amazing animation mods, and for number 8, I wanted to spotlight the movesets made for the Combat Overhaul MCO. These movesets not only include light and heavy attacks, but also combos, each with unique animations depending on the key combination you input. If I did have to choose a favorite, I'm a big fan of the sword and board playstyle, and so this sword moveset by ESkyrim called Fancy Sword would probably take the cake. But there are so many great movesets out there, it's hard to choose. Coming in at number 7 is the grass mod I've been using since its release called QW's Grass Patch 2, which is really a combination of 3 grass mods: Cathedral 3D Pinegrass, Origins of Forest, and Folkvanger. The careful combination and placement of these create a beautiful and diverse Skyrim where each hold feels distinct from one another. The Rift is full of colourful blooming flowers compared to the Whiterun Plains that are covered with long bladed grass, and the Folkreath Forest that has become overgrown and unkept. Altogether, this mod brings Skyrim to life and makes each area feel very unique. At number 6 is the mod called TrueHUD, which overhauls the heads-up display to a more modern standard. This mod used to be a part of the True Directional Movement mod, but has since been separated and expanded upon. It includes enemy and boss bars that display your opponent's primary stats, and a multitude of other features that are all configurable from the in-game mod menu. This feature-rich mod is especially useful for those of you who enjoy combat and want a more modern experience with real-time feedback. Into the top 5 now, and we have the mod called Immersive Equipment Displays. This mod will display all equipment in your favorite menu on your character, with the goal of creating a more immersive feel to the game because your character is physically carrying around all of your items. You may experience some clipping issues, but it also comes with a menu where you can configure the placement of each weapon and even display other items such as potions on your belt or person. This mod is a simple idea, but one I really enjoy, and it makes Skyrim a more believable world. Coming in at number 4 is a mod I've showcased a few times this year called Northern Roads. This mod completely overhauls all of the roads and bridges found throughout Skyrim to provide a more diverse experience to your travels. It also adds new roadside decals, including totems and supply tents, all of which are Nordic themed, so fit well within the lore of Skyrim. The only downside is its compatibility. With so many world space changes, you will need a bunch of patches depending on your load order size, but it is worth the time and trouble in my opinion. Also, I highly recommend getting the retexture mod that enhances a few of the assets. Another thing, be careful, because this mod makes traveling so enjoyable that you will no longer have the need to fast travel. For number 3, I have chosen a selection of 3 mods that we will call JaySerpa's Line Expansion. These mods expand the lines of some of the enemies and NPCs found around Skyrim, so you no longer have to listen to the same old vanilla lines over and over again. The 3 mods include a Bandit expansion.
You dare challenge a child of Malakath? Die!
Civil War expansion, which adds lines to the Imperials and Stormcloaks.
Can't wait to kill another of Ulfric's boys.
And the Forsworn and Thalmor expansion.
Bah! Is there no one who can offer a challenge?
These 3 mods together are creating more unique encounters and often funny or unexpected quips from your opponents. A lot of the lines are specific to your race, so you will require a few playthroughs before experiencing everything. And the lines are spliced together from existing dialogue, so feel very natural and not out of place. I highly recommend using these mods. Again, for number 2, I have decided to make it a collection of mods, and for these we will call Rin's World Spaces. This collection of over a dozen mods reimagine and build upon some of your most favorite and commonly visited places in Skyrim. These expansions are great for returning or totally new players, creating a more enjoyable world for you to explore and experience. I will also mention it does make the game slightly more difficult due to the additional enemy spawns to occupy the larger locations. If I had to choose a favorite, it would have to be either Calfspire, which is transformed into a mighty Forsworn fortress, or Sarthal, which now becomes a sprawling excavation site. But all of these mods are fantastic and are of equally high quality. And for my number 1 mod this year, it has to be none other than Valhalla Combat. For me, gameplay is king, and this mod has enhanced the combat experience the most for me this year. At its core, it overhauls stamina management, emphasizing a more aggressive playstyle, and features a balanced time blocking feature, allowing you to gain the upper hand in combat via skill, as well as the ability to block and deflect incoming arrows or magic projectiles. It also introduces a stun mechanic, where you can perform executions once your opponent is knocked down. Altogether, it makes the flow of combat feel more natural, and is also very compatible, so it can be used with a lot of different combat mods and enjoyed by everyone. And that's it for this list. I hope you enjoyed watching, and if you think I missed a fantastic mod, let me know in the comments. Also, I want to say thank you for the past few months. The support has been unbelievable. So Happy New Year to everyone, enjoy the holiday season, and I will see you again next year. Cheers.